Hi students, in this video I want to give you a guide to how I expect you to cite your sources in this class. This is something that students can tend to be a little bit concerned about, so I just wanted to make sure that everything's very clear as we go forward. Um, First of all, it's very important that you cite your sources and you cite your sources frequently in this course. Not citing your sources means that you're not really substantiating your arguments with evidence. The citations that you provide are your evidence. Not citing your sources also leaves you open to a charge of plagiarism. So that can mean a reduction in your grade for that assignment, a reduction in your grade for that course, even up to expulsion from the university. So you want to make sure that you're citing frequently whenever you're using work from someone else. And this is an introductory course, so I expect you to be using the work of others rather than relying on your own ideas, especially as you're just kind of starting out one of your first history classes. So it's very important to cite frequently, and I want to show you how I expect you to do that in this class. First off, no parenthetical citations. In a history class, when you're writing history papers, I expect you to use footnotes. So just to be clear about that from the beginning, no parenthetical citations, always cite using footnotes. And now here are some of the different ways that you can cite sources. I'm going to show you how to do that. We're going to begin with an online source. Lots of good online content that's out there now. Lots of people use online sources for, let's say, their essays for the class. So this is how I expect you to do that. So we're going to go to this website, which is the Ancient History Encyclopedia. So obviously using online sources is great, but make sure they're reputable online sources. So don't be using Wikipedia. If you're going to go to Wikipedia first, that's fine, but follow the sources that Wikipedia is using and cite those. The Ancient History Encyclopedia is a good encyclopedia. It's a good online source. This is an article on trade in the late Bronze Age. And so if I want to cite that, I'm going to copy the URL. I'm going to pull up my document. I'm writing. I get to the end of the sentence, insert a period. Now I'm going to go to references up here, and I'm going to click insert a footnote. So don't use a script, don't use weird numbers in a tiny font. Word is going to do a lot of the work for you to format this. So you just click on the references tab up here, then you click on insert footnote here. The number will appear after the period. That's how it should always be. It should come after the footnote. Footnote appears down here, and then you're just going to copy and paste the URL. That's great. That's a perfectly acceptable online footnoting citation of an online source. Let's look at a couple of other sources that you might want to cite. Let's say you're citing a source from the source book, so one of the sources that we use for our discussion boards. Come to the end of the sentence, period, hit insert footnote, the footnote comes up, then you're just going to write the name of the source in quotation marks. So let's say the Epic of Gilgamesh, comma, inside the quotation marks. Then in italics, you're going to write source book, comma, and then the page number, 3. That's all I expect you to do if you're citing a source from the source book. Let's move along. Let's say you're going to cite a source. Let's say you're going to cite the Barkai. That's the first book-length source that we're reading in this class. Come to the end of the sentence, period, insert footnote, and now we need to pull up the Barkai. So I'm going to go back to my online tab. I'm going to go back to the course. I'm going to pull up the Barkai from the class text tab on the modules page. Wait for this to come up. Here we go. This is the Barkai by Euripides. So I'm going to write Euripides as the author. Euripides, comma, italicized, Barkai by Euripides. I'm going to provide the translator. So I'm going to put trans, period, Ian Johnston. And then I'm going to put the page number, 6. Now, if we cite the Barkai again, this is only the form that we have to use the first time we cite the Barkai. Just going to go back here, make sure there's no other information that I'm going to want you guys to include. No, that'll be just fine. So another time that you cite the Barkai, so second time and every time after the first time you cite the Barkai, period, insert footnote, and just put Euripides, the Barkai, and then the page number, 8. Pretty straightforward. Now let's do the same for the Song of Roland. So I'm gonna go back up here, X out of this, and open up the Song of Roland. So for the Song of Roland, we don't know who the author is. So when I get to the end of a sentence, period, insert footnote, so go straight to the title, The Song of Roland, in italics, the translator, Jesse Crossland, and then the page number. However, the next time I want to cite the Song of Roland, I get to the end of the sentence, put a period, I insert a footnote, then I'm just going to write the Song of Roland, I'm just going to provide the title, and then I'm going to give the page number. So that's it. I've shown you how to cite an online source. I've shown you how to cite the source book, the text you get from the source book, and I've shown you how to cite the book length text that we're going to use. So hopefully that helps you. Hopefully that's all you need to get you going and doing good work in citing your sources for the rest of the semester. So hope that helps, and good luck as we move forward.